I was
I
saying
tried
you
to
fell.
hit unmute and
Okay.
take
I was like,
myself
wait a
off.
minute. You popped on here and then you left.
Yeah, I tried to hit unmute.
Okay. I am
Hey,
trying
hey,
to
hey.
connect YouTube to chat.
Hi, Blue. How are you? So I'm gonna take. I'm hoping our guest will show today. He hasn't popped on yet, but he is. He is a 2 or 3 time heart attack survivor, and he's had open heart surgery 2 or 3 times. He just had surgery less than a month ago. So he saw my, yeah, he said he was going to get on. Um,
Okay, good.
yeah, well, I'm not sure because I haven't heard from him since yesterday. So,
Okay.
um, yeah, so let's keep him in our prayers that nothing has happened and that he's
Yes.
okay, right? I don't know what medicines he's on. I
Okay.
just don't know what's going on. I will reach out to him after the live if he does not join us to make sure that everything is okay. Okay.
Yes, we'll definitely be keeping him in our prayers.
Yes. So until he comes on, hi, Brilliant. Hi, Senna. Hi, Blue. Yes, I thought, yeah, he may come. He may show. But I do have a question. We, Brandy, you want to talk about the virtual?
Yes. So we've been in the process. We're together planning our second wellness retreat
And I'm going to
this
put, wait one
September.
second. I'm going to put mine on mute and I'm going to check on him now.
Oh, okay.
While you
Perfect.
explain.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah. So Wanda and I have been planning a wellness retreat. This is our second one. So can we say second annual? But it's in person. So we were tossing out the idea of in the near future doing a virtual wellness. So, since you all are in here with us all of the time, we'd love to hear from you all and know what would you like to see for a virtual wellness event. Oh, thank you, Journey. My mother's best friend actually painted this. She's a wonderful artist, and that was a gift from her. Yeah, so we'd love to have you guys chime in, or if there's anyone who would love to come up on panel and share their thoughts, we would love to hear what you think. Okay. All right. A brilliant. Thank you for sharing that. So she
Brilliant,
currently has
do you
heart
want to
failure.
come up?
Yeah, we would love to hear from you.
Most definitely. Um,
Yes, I love that journey. Virtual, in person, and go live. Yes.
oh, yes.
Yeah, we would love to have you come up and share your story. Do you
Okay,
know? I
hold
don't know how
on.
to put a link to StreamYard. That's not it. You just copy from the browser, Wanda? I'm going to try this. people. Okay, yep. So I just copied it from the browser. Perfect, perfect. Um,
Okay, so he's still planning on coming up.
okay, so
Abril, we would love to have you um,
I
come up and
lost
share your
it.
story because, like you mentioned, it is a very hi, Shanice. How are you? It is a very important topic, right? Um, I know quite a few individuals. Well, I know several. I won't say quite a few. I know several um, people that have had heart attacks, that have had heart surgery. Um, a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, she has a pacemaker as well. But hello, Curtis.
Hello, good evening. How are you all doing?
Fine. Hello, hello. So, I was just sharing with the chat. I'm going to let you introduce yourself to our subscribers and viewers.
Okay.
And then I don't know. Oh, a brilliant did come up. Okay. Hi, a brilliant.
Yeah.
Hello.
So we have here Curtis and also a brilliant. They both will share their stories of surviving, being heart attack survivors. And I believe both have had open heart surgery. If I'm misspeaking, please let me know.
I have not had open heart surgery. I have had a mini heart attack, but I have not had open heart surgery. I do have a defibrillator, and
I've,
I
Okay.
I've,
and I currently have heart failure. But I am, yeah, I'm here.
I've,
Okay.
I've never had a heart attack. I had two open heart surgeries. I had my aortic artery ripped, and they went in and replaced my valve and repaired my aortic artery
Oh,
twice.
okay. Okay. So I misspoke. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Um, yeah, I misspoke. Um, do you want to go ahead and start, Curtis, and just tell us a little bit about your story?
My name is Curtis Woods Jr. I was born 1967. I was born in Detroit, Michigan. I graduated here high school in Kalamazoo, Michigan. I played sports, ran track, baseball. I did it all. I used to have a swimming pool at my old house, and I used to swim, underwater the length of the pool back and forth. And then one year I couldn't do it anymore, and I was just thinking I was getting old. And I used to smoke weed and drink, and I thought that maybe that was my issue. So I quit swimming instead of quit smoking and drinking. And then I had left and went to New York and was working on my cousin's house there, and I had ran out of my blood pressure meds, and I just feel swelling all the time, like my fingers swole, my legs swole. Then I ended up coming back to Michigan about a month later, and I was taking a shower, and I got out the shower, I couldn't breathe. And I drank some water. I laid down. I got up. And I was like, damn, I still can't breathe. And then I jumped in my car and I drove to the hospital. And then there they were doing CAT scans and all different type of stuff to see in the inside, like what was wrong. And I was going to go do another scan, and the lady came back. Her eyes were huge, and she said, "You're bleeding inside, so your aortic artery had ripped." And so they put me in the ambulance and ran me up to Kalamazoo. And then the doctor was like, "Well, we have to cut your chest open to repair it." And I was like, "Man, is there anything else you can do?" Because I never been to the hospital, never had surgery. And he was like, "We got to cut your chest open and repair it." So he was like, "You can either get that done or leave here and die." He said, "You don't have that much time." And so I was like, "Well, I guess I got to get it cut open." And they put me under, and I woke up. The surgery was supposed to be 13 hours. It turned into 24.
Wow.
And I guess there was some complications to them, but I didn't know anything about it because I was induced in a coma. So I was in a coma like for 22 hours. And they brought me out. He had said um, they had repaired it. And I was like, how do you repair something torn in your body or ripped above your heart? And he said, I forgot what he used to repair it with, but they glued it to me. They used glue in your body. So they glued my aortic back to my heart, and and a couple other parts because I just had my second one was just on the 16th of this month, and he showed me my x-ray, and the x-ray had like, he was like, it looked like spaghetti, like when they put it back they put something in the wrong spot, and then two other spots were filled with something. And I mean, it lasted 9 years. So and every 10 years they said I had to get another valve redone. And so my first one was July 12th 2016, and this one was July 16th, 2025. So I've been out of surgery almost 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks.
Mm.
And
So,
so they went back in again this time. He corrected what the other doctor did, and he bored out where my valve goes to put a bigger valve in. Um, my doctor, my PCP found it because she was like, your heart is whistling. And I didn't know what that meant. And she was like, your valve's not opening all the way. So you're not getting all your blood, you're not getting all your oxygen. So that's why you're real tired all the time. And so she sent me to my cardiologist, and then I went to my surgeon. He left Kalamazoo and moved to Grand Rapids, and he was like, he didn't want to touch it because it'd be repairing his own work. So he was like, I'm gonna send you to a specialist, and you can go to U of M. So I went up there, and Dr. Patel did it, and yeah, they opened me back up again, the same area, and repaired my valve. He said he corrected what the other doctor did, put another valve in, repaired my aortic, put another valve in, and then yep, I'm just healing now. So
so
uh,
Curtis, we have a question.
yes, ma'am.
Did they ever say what the initial cause was?
The first doctor said it was like I was either hitting the chest real hard. Like he said, the cause of it, they call it the widowmaker, but he said the cause of it um was he like some people have like T-bone accidents, like you driving and somebody hit you on the side and you're not expecting it. He said usually that's from that, but he hitting the chest real hard. But he said it's been going for years, and I just never knew it. I never knew. And he said it was like a round ball on the top of my heart, like a tennis ball. That aortic has swelled up like a tennis ball on top of my heart, and then it started ripping because blood was pooling in there, and so that ripped open, and then that's when I couldn't breathe anymore. But they didn't,
Mm,
yeah. So they don't know how long it's been going. But I knew when I was swimming, I used to could swim underwater, and then now I couldn't anymore. So I'm not
mm,
sure why the blood wasn't flowing, and it just has piled up at the top of my heart.
mm.
Yeah.
So then let Abril tell her story, and then we'll just have a conversation.
Okay.
Okay, Abril, do
Uh,
you want to tell your story?
Sure. Um,
Okay.
so in September of 2023, I had fallen out at work, and you guys know I work for the airlines,
Mhm.
and I had fallen out at work, and I thought it was like COVID related. I got to the hospital and I found out that I was diagnosed with heart failure. I had 11% of my heart still functioning, and I was I was put in treatment, and I ended up being in a coma for like 9 days. And when I got out of the coma, um, I got a defibrillator put in, and I've been dealing with heart failure ever since. Now, my heart failure came about because I had 3 back-to-back bouts of breast cancer years ago. And after I beat my bouts with breast cancer, um, I was told when I came out of the coma that that was the reason why I had heart failure, because I endured so much chemo and radiation, and that had brought about my heart failure. So I've been dealing with being on medications, and now my heart is gone from 11% to almost 31%. So God is good. It has been meds like Entresto, exercise. Um, Wanda, too, you have inspired me to with your exercise, knowing that you've dealt with heart issues, and I seen you walk when you first started your channel. And so I also started to get out there because, there was a time that I was just laying around, going straight to work and home and just laying around. So, um, you know, again, prayer, moving, getting up, medication, and being very present with your doctor can help those type of conditions. As I stated, had a full, um, I haven't had any heart surgeries. I did have a mini heart attack, and I did have a stroke. And that is what placed me in my situation. I first want to say too, Curtis, thank you so much for sharing your story. Very powerful and very appreciated, and I'm glad that you are here today with us to share the story. Um, but yeah, so my story is kind of brief, but that's where I'm at today. So
So, Brilliant, I didn't know you had one. I didn't know that you had a defibrillator, right? But I also didn't know that you had a stroke as well. And then you said you had chemo
yes,
before.
yes,
So yeah, I didn't know any of that.
yeah. So when I came out of the coma, um, I had they said that it was the stroke that had put me in the the it was a stroke that made me pass out at work, and transported to the hospital. Now, when I got there, um, after I got treatment and all that stuff, and was being treated, I had a mini heart attack then at the hospital. I had to be transported to a whole nother hospital, which was super scary for me. Um, but again, like they're saying that a lot of these heart, stroke, um, and all those issues are somewhat tied together with like brain aneurysms and stuff. So you have to be very careful that you're seeing your doctor when you deal with any of those three items. So,
Okay, what were the three again?
so the brain aneurysm, I didn't have a brain aneurysm, but I was told that if you've experienced a brain aneurysm, a stroke, or a heart attack, or anything in those families, that you need to be consistent with your doctor with every symptom that you're going through, so that they can make sure that you're well. Because if you ignore any of the symptoms, you can have one of those other episodes with your heart, your stroke, or a brain aneurysm. Um,
Mm.
so, you know, you got to make sure that you're keeping your weight down, make sure you're up moving, you're limiting your salt, um, keeping water in, because I was a soda head. And I also smoked a lot of weed, and I also smoked cigarettes. So there was a lot of adjustments that I had to make to my life, and still making adjustments. So, you know, being transparent too about your life too, and these kind of panels are also very helpful to other Black women and men,
Mhm.
because people don't really talk about, um, these type of issues, and then that's why we suffer, because we don't have conversations that can help us help each other. So, yeah, thank
Right.
you for letting me share on your. I
Thank you
appreciate
for sharing.
it.
Thank you for
Um,
sharing.
I have a
Yeah.
question for both of you. Um, if you could share, what was your recovery like physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, just overall? What has your recovery been like?
Um, well, my recovery was kind of, it was tough, to be honest, because I had a very high energy lifestyle. I worked graveyard at the hospital. I mean, not the hospital, at the airport. And so I worked 8 hours and sometimes up to 16 hours. And so adjustment on hours became an adjustment in my family income. So that
Mhm.
was hard. Um, I grew up in the church, but I got older and I didn't really give God all the praise and the attention that I should have been giving him. So it was a full circle moment where I had to get on my knees and thank him for helping
Man,
me beat cancer 3 times. And
yeah.
when you beat
Yeah.
cancer, all of a sudden you beat a situation, and all of a sudden you're thinking your life is all good, and you forget to continue giving God praise. So I had to
Mhm.
have a full circle moment about my spirituality, and I'm a work in progress. So I still have to readjust my prayer and my walk with Him daily. Um, when it comes to lifestyle changes, it was really hard for me because I've been in a certain lifestyle. So like stopping smoke cigarettes, stopping smoke weed, and all that stuff, and not no more drinking was probably, in devoting all that attention and wasted attention to God, was probably my biggest transition, to be honest. And my
Okay.
final transition. Um, yeah, I think I might have covered your questions, but I know you asked about spirituality, emotional, adjusting, all that. And plus,
Yes.
I had also been going through like almost a divorce during that time. So
Okay.
now husband, so it was just a whole bunch of emotional adjusting around there as well. Um, so yeah, having a good um system to depend on that holds you accountable is also very helpful. Because you can also fall into depression.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Depression is a huge part of dealing with a lifestyle of medical issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
You're
um,
grieving an old life. You're grieving the you before all of that happened.
yes, you are. Yes,
Hmm.
you are. And there's something too that they don't really talk about. After I fought my breast cancer, they had said that I wasn't going to make it, right? So there's a lot of discussions that are around you're dying. You're going to plan your life. You're having conversations with your family about the end of your life and all that stuff. Um, to be able to make it and not die, there's never a conversation about how you're going to live the rest of your life. So you're almost hung in limbo. Um,
Hmm.
you're almost like hung in limbo about, hey, am I going to be here or not, or am I going to die? And then when they placed my defibrillator, um, I guess that was probably the first wake up moment that I was like, okay, so if I try to die, it's gonna it's gonna jerk me back to life. So maybe I need to start planning the rest of my life, which was a big eye opener for me. Just this last year, to be honest, I have just became comfortable with planning the rest of my life, which is not a conversation that they really have with people that have life-ending diseases. Whether you have a heart attack, a major heart surgery, breast cancer, cancer. If you make it out of that, nobody talks to you about the rest of your life. So,
Yeah.
if you're ever dealing with any family members or personally, it's a good conversation to have to remind them, hey, you are still here. Let's plan the rest of your life,
Mm-hmm.
because it's important. Either you do that or you're sitting in a seat of depression thinking that you're going to be sitting there till you die, which is a horrible, dark place to be. So,
So you mentioned that your heart now functions at 31%, and it went up from, I believe, 11, from a low number.
yeah.
Will it, with exercise, continue to eat healthy,
Yeah.
with lifestyle change, can it go even higher?
Yes. So I am on the transplant list right now, right? Um, and I thought that the heart transplant would be my only option. We just went to the doctor for another situation that I'm dealing with that I'll share later. Um, and they were discussing with me that my heart has gone up so much. Like, I'm about to shout. My heart has gone up so much that I don't even need a heart transplant anymore.
Mm,
So they're
Mm.
discussing whether or not I want to remove myself off of the list or not, which is something, to be honest with you, I never thought I would ever hear those words. I thought, if anything, I would hear that I didn't make it to the top of the list and I just wouldn't be here. So again, this is a testimony that what the doctors tell you about lifestyle change, eating different, exercising, and all that really does help. It wasn't just my medication, it was my lifestyle change that has caused me to not only lose weight, but also to still be here and have my heart function way elevated. When the doctors look at my heart function now, they are a little bit like alarmed, and not alarmed, but they're kind of like, the ones that know God know that it's God and know that it's lifestyle change. The ones that don't know God kind of are like in awe. They're like, what the heck is going on here? How did you get here without a heart transplant? But we as Black women, we are very resilient, and when we put our minds to it, and kings, when we put our minds to it, we can do anything. So, I appreciate this conversation, and I don't really like hitting panels, but I had to, just because we need to have a voice to um, subjects like. So thank you for everything that you do on your channel. It's very relevant, and I'm here for it.
So let me say this: I'm a big crybaby,
No.
Me
and I
too.
have I have tears in my eyes
So my-
only because God is good.
Man,
God is so good.
Mhm.
Ooh, ain't he?
Yeah, He's so good. And seeing everybody put yes, hallelujah in the chat. I'm not gonna cry. Brandy, you take over. God is good.
I got you. I
A
got you.
brilliant. Thank you for sharing your testimony.
My
yeah,
pleasure.
thank you.
More people, and the same for you, Curtis.
You need to
More
know that.
people need to hear,
Mhm.
like a brilliant said. We need to get more conversations need to be had, right? And
Mhm. Yeah.
I'm hoping that you all, that Abril and Curtis can speak to this as well. How much of what you went through was preventable, right? How much, like if your diet, your exercise, if you were not a smoker, if you didn't drink, how much of it was preventable? And I only ask that question because, um, I've had issues with high blood pressure since
Mhm.
the age of 18. um, I ignored it when the doctors told me, right? So
Mhm.
a lot of what I have gone through since then, having the stroke, uncontrollable high blood pressure, I've shared my story of having decreased kidney function. I haven't shared it fully, um, but all of that was preventable had I taken the steps to prevent it. So, how much of what the two of you have gone through was preventable?
Curtis, you can go first since I talked for 1,000 years, and I'll talk after you.
I didn't. As a black man, you indispensable. You are Superman. There's nothing that can, and I always felt like that. I used to feel like if I got in a car accident, I could always walk away. Nothing could never hurt me. Um, like I could never be hurt. I could, whatever happened, I'm gonna be all right. And I ate what I wanted to. I did what I wanted to. I was a builder. I was a drywall contractor. So, and I used to stock houses with like 300 sheets of drywall myself. And I have drywall hangers. I bring all the mud in, the drywall. I carry it all in myself, stock the house, and then have them come hang it. And I bring my trailer back. I'll scrap the house, and then I do all the drywall finishing, all the high ceiling, all the work. So, and I was doing that myself. And so now I'm not able to do that anymore. I'm not able to, I own a food truck, so I've been had a food truck for about 10 years, and um that got stressful because it got hard, it got hard to lift stuff, it got hard to carry. I got tired fast, but in the beginning, I never seen any of it coming. That's why they call it the widowmaker, because you don't see it coming. And I
Mhm.
don't even know if they test for your aortic arteries, erupting. Blood pressure wise, I was on blood pressure pills. I was off of them for a little while. I stopped taking them because I didn't have them when I was in New York, and I think that might have been a cause. But um, he said that it's been growing on top of my heart for a long time. So,
Mhm.
and I didn't know. And then, like I had just went on a cruise. last year December, and I kept peeing. I kept having to go to the bathroom. I was thirsty all the time. I didn't know like what the deal was, so I got back home, went to the doctor, and it was like, you have diabetes. And I'm like, dang, I got diabetes. I was embarrassed. And come to find out, it was I was at 1,000. So they was like, you a walking coma.
Ooh,
And
So
so
your
I
your
I ended,
levels were at
your blood
1,000.
sugar.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And so
Mm.
I had got admitted to the hospital. Well, yeah, but the first time I went to Grace Health in Battle Creek. And then I went to Bronson, and they admitted me, and I was in the hospital for 8 days. And I was just like, what do I got to do to get it under control? And then it was like, sugar, bread, rice, uh, some fruits, just everything. I was like, damn, what do I eat? And then there was like they was feeding me stuff, you get 3 meals in there, and they was feeding me, and I was still like 400, and I was like, damn, I'm in the hospital, and they can't regulate my sugar. So what I had did was I had cut out. I was eating pancakes in there. I eat, whatever that was on the menu.
Whatever was good. Yeah.
I had a diabetic menu, so I'm eating what was on the menu that I thought I'd like, and I just was like, and then, the doctor came in, he was like, well, we'll just up your dosage more. So I'm like, damn, so if I eat pizza, I gotta take more insulin or take more pills. I was like, I don't want to live like this. And so he was like, so I cut everything out. I just was eating fish and vegetables, chicken and vegetables, and cut everything else out. And it went down. It went down to 120, and it was holding at 120. And so I was just like, damn, my diet is controlling my sugar. So I knew I couldn't eat fruit. So when I got out, it was easier because I'm a cook. So, and I was thinking the Lord, He put me in this situation to help others, to even prepare foods for others, to yeah, because people don't know. They don't know. So you know, they still gonna eat the way they want to, and a lot of them don't pay attention to your swollen ankles where your sock ring is around your leg, and you take your socks off,
Mhm.
you got your indention in your socks, and people don't pay attention to that, you know. And and I'm telling the doctor everything, like, because I'm like, I don't want to be on pills or insulin and stuff like that, but they had ended up putting me on insulin after my surgery I just had, which
Mm.
I'm scared of needles and nothing like that. I give myself a shot, but I just told them I don't want to be on this forever, so I just do, eat right, do right. I really ain't that mobile right now either, so I do steps, walk, up and down the street, but I get dizzy sometimes, so I don't do a lot of walk.
Mm.
Yeah, I do just enough. They was like, just do enough. Don't walk too far where you can't walk back. Um, yeah, so it's just been what, a little over 2 weeks. The 16th is when they cut me open.
Wow.
Yeah, so everybody like, you look good, you doing good, but I can't drive, can't have sex, can't do a lot. Um, can't lift more than a gallon of milk, which they like, don't even do that.
Mm.
So, and then I'm on warfarin, which is a blood thinner pill that if you're in a dry area, your nose bleed. If you cut yourself, you bleed a lot. Your gums, if you brush your teeth hard or use hard bristles, You can bleed in your mouth real
Mm.
bad, and if it doesn't stop, you got to go to the hospital. And I was like, damn, I don't want to be on this stuff.
Yeah,
So
right.
yeah, and it's 3 months. I got 3 months of doing this. So
No. Okay.
yeah, so yeah, I don't.
Wow.
Yeah, and she was in a coma for 9 days. That's a lot. I was in a coma for 22 hours, and I used to, I was the general. I was like the general contractor where, and I got people the jobs. I had them finish it and do that. Then after my surgery, I didn't even know where to start. Like I didn't even know how to direct people anymore. I didn't know how to start the job. When I got my food truck, I didn't know what to do first. I get in there, I'm
Hmm.
confused. I seemed like I lost a lot of memory after being in the coma.
Me too.
You did too?
Mm.
Yeah, memory was
Really?
couldn't remember a lot. Yeah.
So did your memory, and this is for you too, Abril, and I don't want to forget. I'm gonna ask this question, but I don't want to forget that we're gonna come back to what you went through. Was it preventable? But with your memory, um, did it recover?
Um, yes and no. As a matter of fact, so I went through the coma for 9 days, and then just last year, I I wasn't being obedient, and I fell into another medical emergency, and I had to be put into an induced coma that time. That time it was for 48 hours, and both times I
Mm.
lost memory as well. Um, it's my short term memory that's
Right.
affected. I don't know about you, Curtis, but my short term memory was the most affected, not my long term. And some of it comes back. So when I had came out of the coma, um, my daughter is sitting right here. Um, it was really hard because it was like days before she was supposed to graduate from high school and nursing school, and
Wow.
the whole time she had been sitting by my side both times. And she didn't know that I was going to make it or not. So she was trying to go to school and do all that. So when I came out of that induced coma the last time, I couldn't remember their names.
Mm.
So I was looking at them and I just started bawling, crying because I was like, oh my God, like, what the heck is going on? Like, I'm not going to remember my kids' names. Um,
Right.
and again, like, it didn't last. It took probably maybe like about 2 days, and then their names started to come back. So, um, I started looking at them, and I was like, I knew who they were, but I just couldn't form their names. And it did come back to me. So, when you're asking, did some of the memory come back? Yes, it did. But you do lose like a bit of your memory when you're in a coma, induced or not. Um, I don't know, Curtis, if you can, um, test to this, but I think a lot of it has to do with you're so panicked and you've been breathing on a machine for so long that when you start breathing on your own, I think your body and your mind catch up with it. So yeah, that was.
Right.
I'm not gonna forget about my accountability on what made me sick, Wanda. But I did want to answer.
Whew.
Mm.
Thank you,
This is
thank you,
heavy.
thank you. It is. So, Brooke, can you go right into if it was preventable?
Sure. So, um, obviously, you know that I had the breast cancer, so
Mhm.
that part wasn't preventable in my eyes.
Right.
So when I got the news that I had heart failure due to chemo. That part wasn't preventable, but there were many things that were preventable, like my lifestyle: smoking cigarettes, smoking weed, drinking, not moving because I would be at work and then I come home and lay all day and drink soda, stop and get some pizza or fast food on my way home, eat it and lay in bed. Those choices did come back to haunt. They were
Mhm.
definitely not helpful in my transition to health. Um,
Mhm.
and when I began to look at all those things, there were still some things that I continued to ignore. Like I still continued to smoke a cigarette here and there. I even started sneaking and smoking cigarettes. Um, and these are all after I'd gotten sick. So there were things that were definitely preventable. But once I started to get my head on straight and I started to see that the lifestyle changes that I was making were uh, were putting more life on me, that's when I started to be more faithful with the change. And the more I seen my life change and my heart function go up, then I began to be obedient. But leading up to it, I definitely had a lot of things that contributed to me being sick that I could have avoided. So I appreciate that question, Wanda, because sometimes we like to just blame everything on life when we know doggone well that there's things that we could be doing that could
Mhm.
prevent. Another thing, uh, I was, you know, being online, arguing with folks and raising my blood pressure and being big and all that, that wasn't helpful either. You have to be very careful with the energy that you surround yourself with. You
Right.
have to be very careful with, even in a personal life, like who you allow to come to your home and visit. If their energy isn't positive and they're not feeding positive energy into you, you really have to be very careful because if you're not, it can also cause damage to your healing. So
Yeah.
that
More stress.
yeah, that was also some put on my own self. That wasn't something God, that was something to do when I should have you know walking with you know be involved in other things. So that was also helpful. Also, um, I wanted to say to Curtis, you were saying about the water in your ankles
Yeah.
and the socks and stuff. That also is a telltale sign of heart failure.
Right.
Start seeing fluid in your ankles and under your neck and on your shoulders.
Yeah.
Those are also signs that it's helpful for maybe you to have your doctor take a look and make sure that your heart is operating correct. That I don't have swelling in my ankles, but when I go to the hospital, that is something that they constantly check for.
Right.
Found out that that is where it shows up for heart failure. So you know, um,
Yeah.
Curtis, I applaud you in speaking the truth. Everything you were saying about um, the changes that you've gone through have been very, very helpful because the more I listen to you, I feel a little bit more human. Um, and I appreciate that because people don't always
Appreciate you as
share.
well. Yeah.
Mhm.
No, it's good to let it know. And I think I used to work a lot. So I used to work at the grocery store from like 5 in the morning till 2 p.m. And then I had 14 houses. And then I had a drywall business. And then I drink after all of that. So it was like I never got that much rest. And people don't rest anymore now because they chasing money, and that's what I was doing, was chasing money. Now I can't even make money. I'm sitting around. And the money lifestyle, like lifestyle has more to do with just your eating. It's rest. Make sure you get rest because
True.
I work probably from 2 to 5, and then probably till about 10 o'clock that night, and then I stayed up for a couple hours, and then I'm back. So I only sleep like 4 or 5 hours, and a lot of people I hear doing that, but I don't say nothing to people like I ain't their daddy or nothing, but I just know what could happen. Not saying it would happen to them, but I just know it happened to me.
Curtis, that's a conversation that needs to be had. To be honest, you don't have to be someone's daddy to be
Yeah,
helpful to them because know
Mhm.
that I know that I took a wellness class when I went. I took a cardiac rehab.
yeah,
Um, you
yeah,
have to. So it's cardiac rehab is a program where you go and get um, like 30 to 45 minutes of straight cardio, and then
yeah.
afterwards you go to a class and you learn about nutrition and things.
Nutrition, yeah.
And I was horrified. Um, I was absolutely horrified when one of the slides came up and they said if you get less than 4 hours of sleep, it's like drinking 2 bottles of alcohol.
Right.
Do you
Yeah.
understand that?
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But people, there's
Yeah,
so many people doing it.
alcohol per night is insane just because you didn't get 8 hours of sleep.
It is
That was
insane.
yeah, that was an eye opener
Mhm.
for me because not only that, we also have to be intentional about the sleep hours that we get, not just laying down, but making sure that they're actual sleep hours. I know that I had to get a nap recently because of that. Also, if you have sleep apnea, that also is something that impacts
Right.
your sleep. So once I
Yeah.
got that machine in, I started sleeping way better and I understood what they meant by that because when you get the right sleep, healthy sleep that you need, you also
Yeah.
do wake up thinking and moving better. So
Yes.
that's another piece of that.
Yeah. Yep. Everybody trying to get bills paid, new car note paid, kids graduating.
Come
It's a
on.
lot.
And
Mhm.
And they
your
do.
income's reduced. Your
Yeah.
income's reduced and you and they're still looking at you like you're supposed to still provide the same level of
Right.
Yeah.
love and service and integrity and you're supposed to
Man.
be strong but you're sitting there shaking in your boots thinking how am I gonna
Yeah.
but god
That's what
Right.
made, that's what made
Bills are
me
always
depressed.
good.
yeah
Yeah. Not being able to be the same that I was, not to be able to produce like I was. That hurt me a lot.
me too me too.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But we're still here, Curtis.
yeah.
Still here and there's many people that didn't make it but we made it.
Oh
And so
man.
when I think about that I get real humble
Oh
before the Lord,
yeah.
and I start looking at all the things that change, and I start thinking about things change versus not having
Mm.
it at all.
A guy just in Kalamazoo died last week after having heart surgery. I think he had heart surgery, got out. 2 days later, he died.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
2 days later, he died. So I'm like, man,
Amen.
you're holding on to me for some reason. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
You
Share
know,
this.
I I believe, and then Brandy, I'm gonna be quiet and let you talk. I believe that everyone that I'm putting myself in this category. We're all here. We're all here to share our story, right? To
Mhm,
testify, one, of course, how good God is,
mhm.
but to tell people there's things that they can do now, right,
Yeah,
to prevent this from happening later.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
prevention is so important.
Hmm.
We don't speak on
Yeah.
prevention enough.
Mhm.
I don't
Yes,
think enough people go to the doctor to get checked. Everybody wait till the check engine light come on, then I go. Yeah,
yes.
just
Come
no
on.
pre. Yeah.
Yeah.
We started taking our health serious after a
Hmm.
lot of times after we've had
After
complications.
there's a.
Right.
Yeah, just like we get to praying
Hmm.
and giving God praise and attention after the problem, when we know we need to be
Right.
praying and giving Him the attention
After.
before and during.
Before. Right.
Amen.
A little backwards.
Right, right.
uh,
So, hmm,
That's
yeah,
so
yeah.
we
true.
have.
I was,
And even
yeah.
for younger
I was,
people,
mm-hmm.
it's
I was,
important to instill that now. Take care of yourself in all aspects.
Hmm.
a
You know,
lot of
I
them don't
was thinking
even
back
have.
over the last week. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. You were talking first.
Oh,
Go
okay.
ahead.
No, I was just saying that I was had a thought this past week that, some of the things that I'm dealing with as far as my health, these are all things that have already been indicated or hinted at when I was 18, 19, 20, 22. And
Brandy, you're breaking up. Everyone put their m- Curtis, put
I
your
just
mic
kept
on mute
on
when you're
going,
not
kept on
talking.
living my life, moving and grooving.
You
That
what with it?
we have to take care of ourselves. I'm gonna mute myself so y'all don't have to hear this dog.
So, hi, Simply Sparkle. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight for this very needed conversation. Um, we have a Brill and um, Curtis. Curtis, do you want me to bring you up on this other device? Curtis, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I just thank you for joining us. Hit the thumbs up if you so choose to. Um,
And share the live, please.
and
More
share
people
the
need to.
live. Yeah, if you so choose to.
Share, share, share.
Um,
I don't even
hello
know.
to everyone that has joined. I'm sorry that I did not speak to everyone individually. Brandy has been saying,
I've been trying to keep up.
speaking
It's
in,
been
typing
moving and
in.
grooving.
I've been listening intently to both Curtis and Abril. I appreciate the two of you sharing your story. As we've said, so a very important topic, right? I'm very passionate about health, but my passion comes from the things I went through. I didn't become passionate until after I
Right,
experienced a stroke. Right?
okay,
Until after I started losing the weight. So something catastrophic had to happen to get my attention. And
right,
my goal, my prayer is that I can help someone prevent what I have went through and what I'm going through.
right,
So
right.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
How do you share it? I don't even see where you share.
So don't, Curtis, you can't don't share this,
Oh,
the one that I sent you. You would have to go into YouTube.
and when I went into YouTube, I look up
Yeah, you would have to go under the soul session.
Soul Set. Oh, okay.
And you
Hmm.
share after too, Curtis, when you get into
Mhm.
the
Once it's
live or
all
the
done.
replay. Yeah.
Yeah, and what I can do, Curtis, I'll send it to you,
That'll be
and then you
better.
can share it.
That'll be better. Yep. I was 14 medications when I got out and insulin. So
Wow.
I was taking more meds than I was really eating. Yeah,
Hmm.
now I'm down to 9 meds.
It's disgusting, and they're expensive without insurance. I feel like, oh my goodness, would we be here today?
Yeah, you're
Mm.
right. Praise the Lord for that. Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, no food tastes the same. Nothing tastes the
Hmm.
same. Yeah. So
How did your families respond?
my mother, she slept with me the whole time I was in the hospital. Thank God, my mother's still here. Um, Other than that, I had a nurse to come here to the house and just take care of me for 4 hours from 8 to 12, and then my mother would come by. But all my kids stay out of state. Um,
Hmm.
I had a lot of friends that would bring me food and stuff like that. They asked me what do I want, what do I need, which I'm always the one helping everybody. So it felt good to receive.
Right. To have someone help you. We have
Yeah.
a quick question in the chat for you, Curtis. Journey asks, how long have you been diabetic and are you type 1 or type 2?
Um, well, it started off with and the difference between type 1 and type 2 is type 2 um is you're not producing insulin. So
Okay.
you need insulin because you're not producing it. Type 1 is you're not producing enough. And
Mm.
so I was between, I forgot what they call it, but it was like right before type 1. So I produce insulin, but they said, your pancreas is doing it and it's producing insulin, but it's not producing fast enough to cover your sugars
Mm.
because we already make sugar. Yeah, the pancreas makes the sugar. And I had just read up on it and I started eating whole garlic, and the hospital there was like that doesn't help, but to me it did.
Mm.
So I just been eating garlic cloves, um, just so
Okay.
the pancreas will produce its own sugar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
So that's just, everybody's different. So
Mm.
not saying that that'll help everybody, but
Mm-hmm.
it worked for me to whereas I was I was on it and then I was off of it. So I didn't have to take diabetic stuff anymore. They had that Libra 3 on me, and I was 130 between 130 and 80 every day for months, and
Mm.
so they took me off of all the pills, the shots, everything, and then after my surgery
God.
they put me back on it, and so now it's running a little high and this and that. So I don't know what's that from, but they said after surgery they do that to people. But
Hmm.
I don't know if they're just telling me that or if it's true. But I would do 10 things of insulin, and I'm on what's the name of that pill? Start with an M. I forgot the name of it. Yeah, but yeah.
Metacarbonol,
Um,
metapropyl, maybe.
Yeah, mm, um, not meta. It could be that one. Um, I forgot. I got a bunch of pills. Yeah, but the goal is to get off pills. That's my goal. Yeah, no more pills.
That's a
But
wonderful goal.
Yeah,
I
my
had,
goal too. But
I
we got
had,
to be important not to get off of pills until our physicians tell us
I,
so.
yeah,
Mhm.
I had a
Mm-hmm.
lady call me up and told me her son did 2 years. He had the same surgery, and she was like, my son had the same surgery as you. He was on the pills. He started working out, feeling good. So he stopped taking his pills. And she said he died.
Mm.
Mm. It was 2 years after his surgery. So I always think about her and her testimony she told me. She was like, keep taking those pills like the doctor tell you to. Because I'm like 14 pills. I've been swallowing a lot of pills lately, and it's
Mhm.
aggravating. I just went today just to give blood because I'm on that warfarin. So, and
Mm.
it's supposed to be between 1.2 and 13, and mine was 17.5. So I gotta take less now. But it went from I was low to now I'm too high.
Oh
So
wow.
I'm waiting on a phone call to tell me what I gotta do now. So I'm gonna take a little less. I can't eat vitamin K. She said vitamin K will throw it off. So greens, cabbage, kale, spinach. I can't have that. A lot of fruit spike my sugar. So
Okay.
just trying to get regulated to where it's so
So
I
you
can
can't have vegetables or fruit.
right. I can eat
Mm.
string beans or cauliflower, stuff that doesn't have vitamin K in it. Vitamin
Gotcha.
watermelon even has vitamin K. So
Really?
I love
Mm.
watermelon. But
Mm.
Wow, this is interesting. I haven't heard this. Very helpful.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
vitamin.
let me
Oh, we lost the brill.
yeah, she'll probably come back. She'll probably come back. Um so how do you say this word?
Tachycardia.
Yeah. So Sparkle, if you're still here, because I had to look that up. So it can range. So that is a condition where the heart beats faster than normal, over 100 beats per minute. It
Mm,
can range
Mm.
from mild and harmless to life threatening.
Mm.
Yeah, she says she is taking medication.
right. Yeah.
Journey,
Then how
or
did
yeah,
you come
Blue
about?
said, yeah, Janice, type 2 usually don't need insulin. Type 2
Type,
You
usually
upset?
don't need insulin. And she
Type two,
loves
right?
ginger. Yeah, I
type
make a
two,
lot of
Welcome back,
juices and I
Brill.
put ginger in it.
type two
Sorry, y'all.
doesn't
Oh, it's
produce any.
okay. Brill, what was your support system like, or how did your family react to?
So I have children, and I have my baby sister. My mom has passed away, so
Mm.
it was and I have some friends. I have friends on here on this app, and I have some besties in real life. So I was very fortunate to have folks that stood around me and supported me. Um, I know when I came home, they gave me a food train. Um,
Mm.
where if you're ever in a position that's very helpful to support family members that are going through medical conditions. So
Mm.
I'd have food delivered by family members, and that gave my kids a chance to love on me and lay with me and be with me without that burden. Um, and you know, it ended up being the thing that honestly reconnected me and my husband. To be honest, um, there was a lot of things that were there as far as my kids, my in-laws and all that. There was also a lot of arguing, to be honest. You have to
Mm.
be careful because when you're going through, I'm always here to talk about the ugly and the things that people don't want to talk about. But
Right.
when you're going through a medical emergency, all of a sudden people that you've gotten out of your life are all of a sudden back. Um, there, you have people that should have been out your life that are there
Mm.
over overdoing themselves. Um, there's just a lot of things that go on when you're in and out of a coma or medical emergency. All of a sudden, people are trying to um, come make right with you or come save face or whatever. And it's just there's just a lot of things that happen when you're dealing with health. So you do have to make sure that you have boundaries set up. Um,
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
because you can get super overwhelmed when when people are coming to look out for you, or sometimes people are
Yes.
coming to overstay their boundaries when you don't feel comfortable and you're too sick,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't speak up, and your family doesn't want to speak up for you because they also don't want to overstep boundaries, and sometimes they can speak up and not have the voice that you have.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
it's that question that you just answered was very it hit a nerve almost because it was like I know that when I dealt with coming home and being sick, the support system was a thing that I had to balance. I had to really like make sure that it was a system that fit me and the things that I needed and the things that
Right.
supported me and my children, not just something that was. Sometimes people come around just to look good or just to say that they were there, and then they end up being not helpful. So you have to
Be
make sure
nosy.
that, yeah, yes, ma'am, yes, Brenda,
Nosy.
yeah, nosy and wanting to just come there, and then sometimes the energy that they bring when they're coming to be nosy can really like throw off things that are already fragile. So
Yes.
yeah, you have to really
Mm-hmm.
really be careful when you're dealing with things like that. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I wanted to say the young lady that's in the chat that's praying for her father. I'm praying for you too, and he's gonna be well, and it's in God's hands. He's the only person
Heather.
that can
Yes.
can handle the situation. So I'm praying for you and your family, and I wanted to say hi to Sparkle and everybody else in the chat.
Yes. We're so thankful for y'all.
So I know there are some comments that I missed, and I apologize to anyone who is going through or have a family member or a friend, a loved one that's going through that, that's hospitalized, that, have an illness. Please know that I will, I'm praying, right? I don't know their particular situation, um, but I do have a prayer list, and I will put the Soul Session subscribers and viewers just
Yes.
just put you on my prayer list. Um, and yeah, my prayers are with you. And yeah, I just appreciate everyone sharing. I can't, yeah,
I,
yeah.
I have something like, if anybody's on this call and you stress anything that's stressing you, find a way to let it go. Find a way to get past it, over it,
Mhm.
because
Amen.
stress do your blood sugar, stress will do your heart, stress
Mhm.
will do your
Yeah.
brain, stress can kill you. And a lot of people, they deal with it. They come home to a spouse that's stressing them, their kids stressing, their job.
Mhm.
Yeah, find a way to get rid of the kid, get rid of the job.
That's
You
so important. Oh my
you
goodness,
don't,
that's so
Yeah.
important.
man.
Jesus,
Yeah, you mess around and be dead.
right. Make
Mhm.
it through the surgery and die because of the stress.
Yep.
Mm,
Or or die of stress.
Mhm.
Stress is so huge.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
sleep, not getting enough sleep, stress. Yeah,
hmm.
That's important.
Yes, protect your peace.
Hmm.
right. People
Wanda,
take it
Yes,
lightly.
ma'am.
also, I wanted to go back to, and sorry to cut you off, Curtis, because
Are
everything
you
you said
good?
is so important. I appreciate you, King. Um, you spoke about prevention, and I think we kind of like glided over that a little bit too quick. And I
Okay.
feel like it's just a huge part of what we're talking about. Um, let's see, my dog's barking too. I'm gonna have to go back on pause. Um, but
Dogs relieve stress.
yeah, I'm about to put her out. Um,
They they
but
relieve stress.
yes, yeah, they relieve stress, but when they get to barking, that ain't relieving. Um, but when we're speaking about prevention, getting breast mammograms, getting your mammograms, checking out your heart, doing those colon checks, doing diabetes checks, your sickle cell, and all the other things that we struggle with as Black kings and queens are important. And if you early detection of most of these medical situations are always very, very important and significant to your recovery. If you find out quicker, then you're able to deal with it. Sometimes if you wait too long, it can be too long and you're not able to recover. So again, I wanted to bring back up the prevention that you were so kind to speak on because it's very important. You know, if you are watching this today, please schedule a colon health, a mammogram, heart health, diabetes check, sickle cell at a minimum so that you can make sure that everything is in order. If everything turns out good, then good for you. But if it happens to flag something, know that we have these conversations and that you can look back on this information and hopefully be well.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, some people bleed out their stool, bleed out their urine, and don't say anything about it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, until it's too late.
Yeah,
And again, like you said, the stress is
yeah,
a quick way
yeah,
to end your life. Sometimes
right,
we get so comfortable in our stress and we don't understand that that is exactly the thing that has led us to the medical situations that we're dealing with.
yes,
So, you know,
Yeah.
yeah,
if you are dealing with stress, make sure you minimize it and make sure that you um, have a counselor because we don't talk about counselors in our Black community. We think it's
right.
a sin to have a counselor, and that's also very
Mhm.
important. So, you know, if I had to offer any advice, I hope that's helpful.
Very
Yeah,
helpful.
very helpful. Thank you.
Mm. I have a couple comments. Journey says, for the men, if you're watching, get your prostate checked.
Mm-hmm.
Alice says she had a first cousin that passed from colon cancer a year ago. Mm. I said what
Wow.
I said. Says she thinks that people should get checked for lupus between ages of 30 and 50, and it can mimic other diseases, and it's very prevalent in the Black community.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, lupus is one of those,
Yes,
we call
Brandy.
it
Yes.
pretenders.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I can't believe I didn't bring that up because that's also something that takes many of our queens' lives dealing with
Hmm.
lupus.
Yes. Janice says her husband just had a scare, um, with some blood showing up in some places that it shouldn't be.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people ignore that.
Prayers up, Miss Janice.
Definitely
Yes,
prayers up.
Janice. I hope all his blood work comes back okay.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yes, definitely check locally. See if there's nutrition classes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry to hear of your sister journey. You said her sister passed from lupus.
yeah. Sorry to hear that. How old was she?
How old was she, Journey? So I said what I said. You you have lupus.
Hmm. Journey, how did they get you? skip you that long that you didn't know you had sickle cell trait. Don't get me going on my sickle cell bandwagon this evening. Hmm.
Yep. A lot of times they don't check for it unless you mention it.
I just had to have them test my youngest daughter because I have it, my son has it. My oldest daughter is 22, and I received a letter from like the coalition, Sickle Cell Coalition out of Detroit. After that, I never received notification for my other two children and didn't find out my son had it until they did blood work for him to have surgery when he was 2.
Right.
Jesus.
Yeah. Got to go in there with a list
Mm-hmm.
to check all
Have to
this.
advocate.
Yeah, we do need a
Oh, Janice,
list.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Some stuff people don't know to ask for. Like my cousin, he wanted to do like a like the family tree and who had what. Like far as like nobody in my family on either side have had what I had, like open heart surgery. Some of them were diabetics. My mother, she has enlarged heart. Uh, but they've all had stents and stuff like that done, but nobody had a ruptured aortic or open heart surgery. Yeah, and so he wanted to go down with a chart and put everything that everybody had, so that as far as hereditary, you know, as far as if you receive it from family or if you um, got it on your own, which most of the time diabetes is hereditary, they say. Yeah.
Wow. I said what I said. I had no idea. What the heck? That's
Right.
why it's
No.
important for us to have these panels. We have so much
Right.
to talk about that we be so busy hiding from each other. Not hiding, but just not discussing.
Right.
Right.
Right. And Abril, I think, how do I want to say this? I want to make sure I say this the correct way. Right. We were just saying how important, panels like this and or sharing our story is. Because we don't know, one, what other people have gone through, right? We've all been in chats together before, right? Um, how do I want to say it? We just need to tell our story. We can't be afraid to tell our story. We
Right.
can help someone else.
Yeah.
I know and I understand, right? A lot of us aren't comfortable with just putting our business in the street
And that's what
because people have a way of using stuff against you.
my daughter
Um,
told me that. I was like, why? I don't know why this happened to me and why I gotta keep going through this and why. And she was like, Lord, know that you tell your story. You're not ashamed to talk about it and you tell it.
Come on.
That's why he gave it to you.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just got to share our story. We can't be afraid. Um, and shame on anybody that try to use, you know, our stories um, against us,
Yeah.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Because we're
Yeah.
educating the community. And when I say the community, I mean, the people.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
We can't
Yeah.
allow there's so much there's some sick people out here. Let's just clear the air and say that. There's
hmm
people that wait to hear you tell your story so they can use it to weaponize you.
hmm
But we have to be more committed to God's work and tell our story because
Yeah.
people that weaponize our stories, God will handle them. We have to
Amen.
get toes down and tell our
Yeah.
story because more people will be affected and win off of us sharing our story than us not telling our story and allowing folks that weaponize folks' stories to win. At the end of the day, we have a purpose, and I believe that the purpose is does stem from our experiences with these diseases and conditions.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
So
It wouldn't feel right if somebody you knew got the same thing you did and you didn't try to pre-warn them or let them know that, this can happen to you too. I wanted to set up something after I get better to be able to take blood pressures and blood sugars and temperatures and weights just in my neighborhood.
Mm. So
Like, that's
I
beautiful.
love that. Maybe you could do that at your food truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. If I get back to running it, I was like, I don't know, you
I'm glad
know.
for you.
So,
so
oh, go
Kurt,
ahead.
oh, go ahead, Brandon. See if we're thinking the same thing.
I was just gonna ask Curtis. So, when you get your food truck started back, are you going to change your menu at all, or how does the food that you serve on the food truck, will it be
I
more
do,
healthy? Is it healthy at the moment?
I do shrimp, fried shrimp, gator, catfish,
Oh,
pasta jambalaya, crawfish etouffee, red beans and rice, French
Yummy.
fries.
That's
Yeah, so,
let me
and
know
I,
the
right
location
there.
of the food truck when it
yeah, and
is running.
I was talking to the diabetic people before I went to surgery, and there's a couple of ladies there that don't eat meat, and then I was getting with her about just having another menu, a small menu for
Yes.
diabetic people. Um, but
Yeah.
yeah, just
So
add
that's
add
something.
adding a block for them. But I love to do like baked chicken and stuff like that, something green.
I love that.
Yes.
Mhm.
I'm claiming that for you in advance. That's just
Yeah, thank
I
you.
glad you are able to come out here and start with the new menu and help other people with your testimony and your new menu.
I
Mhm.
think that's what the Lord got me doing. It feel that way.
Hmm.
Like cause I wasn't no cook. I was just a good middleman, and I had started that to promote artists, and then I have some friends that own record labels and they look for artists. So I was just gonna be the middleman to connect, the artists with the promoters and the producers.
Mhm.
And he was like, well, you gotta have something to keep the people interested. And so I went out and bought a food truck and started doing that. Like I'm Creole, so I was like, I'll do a Creole menu. So I started doing that, and I've been doing that for almost 13 years, and got off of my business plan and just been cooking. And yeah, I've never got to the music part, so that was
I
my
like I said when I said
Great idea.
idea
Yeah, I like that.
do a vegan truck.
Yes.
yeah, yeah, they do good too.
Yeah. So yesterday I started um real quick. This is sort of off topic, but not. So yesterday was my birthday. I started.
Happy belated birthday, sis.
Thank you.
Love you.
So yep, 6 years ago on my birthday, I stopped eating meat.
Good.
Yeah, so I was vegan for 3 years, full
Mhm.
on vegan. But then I missed cheese. So since then I've I eat seafood, but
Oh,
I haven't had meat as of yesterday. 6 years.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Lady that worked with me at U of M, she was telling me, she didn't eat meat, and there's oils in meat, and oil in your blood it collects on your valves and stuff like that. Like
Partner.
you want to stay away from butter and oils and and it's kind of hard though, but because grilling is the best way, but no
Mhm.
butter, no spray, no oil, no
None of the
that's
good stuff that make it taste good.
Right.
right,
So,
right, right. Stay away from that. Then you take salt out too. You might well just go to your backyard and eat leaves and grass.
Yeah, so a friend of mine actually sent me in the fall. It never fails. In the fall, she'll send me pictures of leaves when she's walking and say, "Oh, I know your mouth is watering."
Right,
no, no,
the variety.
no.
Oh, man, she cold. Yeah, but yeah,
Damn
just
right.
find creative ways to feed people and feed them healthy.
Hmm.
Yeah, all my people, well, a lot of my family is in New Orleans, so that's where I get my seafood from. So
Oh,
Mm.
nice.
I wanted to bring that to Michigan. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So, and I finally ended up doing it. I've been visiting New Orleans since I was 12 years old, and you can go right where the to the pier off 90, and all the boats pull up there, and they just caught everything, so it's all fresh. And then we go there and buy all the seafood and go straight there and do a crab boil or shrimp boil, and you getting fresh right out the water, and which was the best to me. So be able to fly it to Michigan from there, and I think I don't have frozen food; it's all fresh, which made it a little better. You know, fresh, not frozen. Yeah, but to find a way to feed people clean.
Yes, clean
Yeah,
eating
yeah,
is what we need more of.
yeah,
Alice
yeah.
said she tried her best to stay away from salt, but sugar is a different story.
Oh yeah.
So with sugar, I, I have a sweet tooth that's out of this world. I do try to eat less sweets, and now I'm a coffee drinker. I'm a coffee lover. I drink a lot of coffee, but now I don't put sugar in my coffee.
Oh, what you put in
That's not important.
it?
So put it this way. Let me tell you how I used to make my coffee, and I'm gonna tell you how I make it now. I used to put the pump, the
Yeah,
flavor.
creamer. Yeah.
Yep, the flavor,
Mm-hmm.
cream, creamer, and sugar.
Coffee
Mm,
is weakness. Coffee and tea are my weakness.
Yes, I drink a lot of tea as well.
Yeah.
mm,
So now I don't put sugar, and I put a little cream, and I do still use the pump.
Hmm.
So just gradually trying to
right. I don't drink neither one. My mother raised us vegetarians, and we never ate anything white. So no white bread, no white sugar. I grew up on honey, so that was
mm.
my sweetener was honey. So no white pasta, no white nothing.
Yeah,
Mm,
agave is good too.
it is. I love
Yeah,
agave.
Hmm.
yeah, agave is good, but yeah. So I really don't crave sweets, nothing sweet. So
Yeah.
and sugar is like my enemy right now. I love salt though. Salt, that's my kryptonite. Yeah. So and I lost 14 pounds coming out the hospital in what in about a week and a half. I lost 14 pounds. They put me on a water pill and took me off. Well, I was getting salt in there. The ladies, they was hooking me up with some salt, but I
Was it
wouldn't.
torsamide? Are you on torsamide?
Say it again.
Are you on torsamide?
I don't even know the name of that pill, but they took me off of it because they said they was draining me. They drained me out of.
Yeah.
I don't have any swollen anything, and I lost 14 pounds. Just water weight.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, just water weight. Yeah, yeah. I was surprised about that. Yeah,
Thank you,
but
everyone that gave your feedback in the chat. You guys are all appreciated.
Yes.
mm,
Yes,
love,
yes, yes.
love the questions. Yeah, transparent.
I missed the questions, but I did see all the feedback and I
Hmm.
appreciated it. That was all positive.
Yes. So this has been a great conversation for sure. And I don't want to take up too much more of Brill or Curtis's time. And I usually only try to, well, Brandy and I usually only try to stay on from, 7 and about 8:30. Um, but I do have another question before we get off. So first, let me say this. Thanks, Bob, for letting me know. And I think everyone here, I don't know who's in the clouds, out in whatever land, but waiting to exhale, um, please go and like that channel. Please, please, please go and subscribe. I'm sorry. Subscribe to Von's. I believe, Von, that's for your channel. And I said what I said channel.
Yes, waiting to excel.
Yes. And then Abril has a channel. Please go and subscribe to her channel. Miss Alice has a channel. And I apologize, I don't have any mods um, for this channel, but I will do a post and try to tag all of you and hope that people will go and subscribe.
Thank
Yes.
you, Queen.
Yes, yes, yes. Um, and if I knew how to drop them, I would, but I don't know how to.
I pinned the waiting to exhale. I pinned that comment. So
Thank
Okay.
that channel is pinned.
Do Brandy and Curtis have channels?
Brandy has a channel. Curtis, do you have a channel?
What's the channel like you all are on right now?
No,
Yeah. No, I don't think Curtis has a channel.
Right.
He need one
uh,
so he can tell his story and show us how he
yes.
on his food truck.
I like to be able to be on you all's channel.
No, and we would love to have you again.
I don't like
Yes.
computers.
You are welcome to come back anytime.
I like hands on. I'm a hands on type of person.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yes.
And I
Cooking,
don't have,
construction.
Well, we are all survivors. And I'll
Yes.
Praise
tell
the Lord.
yeah.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you,
Yes.
Lord.
Thank you, Jesus, giving God
Yeah.
all the glory.
Yes.
all the glory and praise due.
Yes.
Yeah.
Miss Alice, why are you laughing at me?
Miss Alice is probably laughing at me.
No, she said at Wanda. I don't know why she's laughing. Because I said I don't know how to drop channels.
So she said go and share, go to any channel, click share, copy the link, and paste in the chat.
I can do that from StreamYard, or I do that.
I think you can do it from YouTube if you go in the
I'm not
YouTube
sure
chat.
about StreamYard. StreamYard is kind of finicky. But I know if you're in the chat or just on your regular maybe live, I don't know. I know if you're in the chat, you can do it, or your mods can.
Okay. Um, what did Miss Alice say?
I'm gonna see.
The way you said no, he doesn't have a channel. Oh, yeah, no,
Um,
he didn't sound like he had a channel.
he did.
Ah,
Okay, thank you, Blue. Blue says he'll show me later, but I
and
will definitely pin everyone that has a channel. I will pin to a comment
Thanks, Miss Wanda.
for sure. I appreciate the both of you. But before
likewise,
you go, real quick, I do have one more question. Just if you could just tell us, or and Brandy may have an additional question, but if you could just share. So two questions. One, what is one what is your advice, right? If you wanted to just sum everything up, what is your advice to everyone that's listening? What is one thing, what is two things, three things that you want to leave with them, right? If you had to wrap it all up, what's the most important thing you believe, you hope they got from this?
you first.
Oh, dang it. Okay. Ear- ear- Early detection is always important.
Yeah,
Don't ignore signs. Seek a doctor as soon as you see signs, even if you don't if you have something to see about it anyway. And don't be afraid to share your experience.
Okay.
And don't
yeah.
smoke cigarettes.
And don't what, Abril?
Don't smoke.
Smoke cigarettes.
Don't smoke cigarettes.
Right.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
My advice would be um do checkups every 6 months. Check your blood, check your sugars, check your weight, temperature, check that every 6 months. And otherwise, you can have I had an aneurysm, so um I don't think nobody wants their chest cut open. Yeah. So to me, I'm not scared of death anymore, but it's just
Me
the
either.
healing. The healing part is the part that's like the worst. Yeah. Like if I'd have never woke up out of that coma or after that anesthesia, I would have been all right if I'd have never woke back up. So
Mm,
go, yeah, go get checked. Yeah. Everybody's asking, are you scared to go back? Because if you seen the video of them doing an open heart surgery, you'll know, you don't want that. It's better to go get checked than to go through that. I'm telling you.
Yes.
Yeah, for real.
Abril, did I hear you say you're not afraid of dying either?
Yeah, yeah, death used to be scary, but no, it's not no more. You know, you know what it's like not to wake up. She been in the coma for 9 days. She'd have never woke up. She'd have never known. It's the people that's living that hurt the most, not the people that's dead.
So I do have a question for the chat, if you wouldn't mind answering for us.
Yes.
What will you intentionally do after this conversation?
I I gotta take meds.
I mean, what lifestyle change? Like, what lifestyle
Oh,
changes
oh,
do,
oh, lifestyle change. Um, well, my diet for one, which I had did that before the surgery, and the reason I had the surgery is to get another. The valve goes bad every 10 years, so they said in 10 years I might have to go back under again, and then they said they'll put a metal one in. And I was in the hospital with a guy who had a metal one because he chose that one first. And I was like, I
Mm.
had this is my second cow valve that they installed. It's out of a cow's body. So I have a animal part that was installed in me. And
Wow.
they got a metal one that they put in there, but he was like, he can hear it clicking. He can hear it clicking. And then he has to be on blood thinners for the rest of his life. And I was like, I don't want to be on that, for the rest of my life. So give me something
Mhm.
close to a human. And so I picked the cow valve. He said he put a bigger one in, so he had to open up that port, that hole where your valve goes. He had to open it up more to put a bigger one in, so more blood will flow, which is good to have more blood flow. But in the metal one, um,
You must be
guy
wrong.
said he can hear it opening and closing, and he has to take thinners for the rest of his life. Trying to get off pills. I'm 58 years old as well. 58. My first surgery, I was 49.
I'm 50 as well, Curtis.
You're 58.
I'm 50.
You're 50. Oh yeah. Yep, I'm 58. He said I got 10 more years. I'll be almost 70, and they might have to do it again. So that'll be hopefully not, but they said they will. I was like, man, I had to relearn how to walk, everything. Yeah,
I think I'm going to make sure that I don't ever pick up another cigarette, that I am more conscious about the energy that I allow to be in my life,
Mm-hmm.
man,
the energy
that's
that I
important.
am putting out. I am
Yeah,
going to be more intentional with my walk with God,
yeah,
not just when I
yeah.
get in trouble or need something, but every
Right.
day. And I am going to make sure I exercise more and spend more time intentionally with my loved ones because tomorrow
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
is not promised.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It sure isn't.
Those are all really good goals.
And keep up on my preventions and health checks because I don't want to wait for another emergency.
Man, I go to the hospital so much. I enjoy seeing the doctors though.
Amen. Me too. I ain't trying to wait for them to tell me some bad news. I'm tired.
Right.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
tired of them poking on me.
Right. Yeah. 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 Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so I will become more consistent. I'm trying to, yeah, I will be more consistent with working out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I do a lot of cardio. I'm really trying to incorporate more weights because I don't want to lose like muscle.
Right.
Right.
So I will be more intentional about lifting weights. I will make sure I'm consistent with cardio. Um, I eat okay, but I'm going to include more juices. I'm going to start making more juices.
Mm-hmm.
And since we've had this a conversation about making the ginger shots, I'm going to make ginger shots and start
Okay.
doing shots Um, I don't know about daily, but
Yeah, a
maybe
couple
several
times a
times
week.
a week. Hmm.
When I went through cardiac rehab the first time, I was like the only minority in there. It was all Europeans. I was the youngest. I was 49, 50. All of them were like 70, 80. They were all old. And a lot of them ran marathons. They were long distance runners, and they'd be on the
Wow.
treadmill competing against each other. Well, I'm just walking. I'm walking, they running and looking at each other like competing, like they was still in the marathon. But I was like, their diet was different than mine.
Hmm.
Uh, I they worked out, and so, but we was all still in the same boat. So I think it's about getting monitored. Make sure because I was fit, and they were fit too, but they also had heart conditions and heart attacks and open heart surgery. So, and they ran all the time, ran 5Ks, 10Ks, and yeah. So I think it's a combination of a little bit of everything. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, making sure that pressure stays the same and that sugar stays the same, because that stuff can change. And when I went on that cruise, I was drinking them pretty drinks with the
With the
umbrellas.
umbrella.
Yeah, with the
Yeah,
umbrella.
and they were
Yeah.
all different colors, and and my girl, she was gambling, so she get free drinks, and I'm in there killing them, and I paid for them. I ended up paying for all that. Yeah, I was like, damn, I'm running to the bathroom every 2 minutes. I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah.
You
Um,
going to the bathroom all the time? You gotta get checked out. Yeah, so I know better now. No more fruit drinks for me.
so the one thing I'm taking away from this, and then we're really gonna let you go, and then I'm gonna give Brandy the last word, um, and then Brill and Curtis, if you have any last word. But the one thing um, I'm taking away from this is we got to take care of these bodies, y'all.
Mhm. Yes.
Right.
We have to take care of our bodies, and as we age, even more so, right?
Hmm.
Right. Yeah.
I hope people start when they're young, right?
No. Yeah.
But as we age, you know, our bodies change. We need more if you can, because I know Curtis, you can't, but eat more fruits, eat more vegetables, eat less salt,
Hmm.
Yeah.
stay
Yes.
hydrated. Stay hydrated. I
Yeah.
always got water somewhere. Um, yeah, just to take care of our bodies and do what you can to take preventative measures,
Yeah.
right? You don't want to wait until you had a stroke.
I wonder how many people on your panel think it can't happen to them.
Oh,
Mm.
right,
It,
right,
it can't happen
Very
to
good
me.
question.
yeah. So, Brandon, do you have any last words? Or Brill, do you have any last words? Or Curtis, do you have any last words?
I'll
I
let
I enjoyed
Curtis.
myself. Thank you. Thank you for the invite.
You are so very welcome. Um,
Abril said
oh,
she's in the
Brill
chat.
says she's in the chat now.
Yes.
You are very welcome. You are very welcome, and you're right. It's an important conversation.
Hmm.
Um, thank everyone for as Abril said, everyone for sharing, everyone for listening.
Mhm.
And I'm going to thank you in advance for taking care of your health,
There you go.
right? For making changes in your health.
Yeah.
Make, yeah, Brandy.
I echo that. Just thank you, Curtis. Thank you, Abril, for sharing. Thank you, everyone in the chat, for just your openness and your transparency, the love to share, the prayers. We appreciate it all. And if you're catching this and you're under 40, under 30, in your 20s, take care of yourself. Pay attention. What you do now, it affects you later. Your family needs you. The world needs you. So just take care of yourselves.
Hmm. Hmm. So please hit the thumbs up. Please share if you're so led to do so. Um, yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Abril said,
We
Amen,
appreciate you
Brandy.
all.
Amen.
Thank you. Thank you.
All
And
right.
certainly tomorrow. Your right journey. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I said what I said. So she's on her exercise bike right now.
We got a
So I'm
smidge
gonna
of
go.
deadline out here. I'm gonna try to hit a block or two.
Okay. Then I'm gonna go get on my walking pad.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Have a good night, everyone.
Good
You
night.
all.
Oh wait, Curtis, a brilliant said,
Oh,
"Oh, she looks forward to you reopening your vegan
for vegan
truck."
food truck.
I might I do pretty well with what I'm doing right now, but I put an addendum to the menu. You
And
know what I
maybe
mean?
offer some vegan options, some plant-based
Yeah.
options.
Once or twice a week.
Yeah.
Vegan.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm known for shrimp.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I eat shrimp myself. Yeah, I like seafood. I was raised on gumbo and crab boils and shrimp. But I just it's everything's moderation. So
Yes.
yeah, so I won't eat it every day, every chance I get. I do it in moderation, but I make good sandwiches. Shrimp po' boys, gator po' boys.
Mm,
Yeah, so and
Mm.
then
yes. So I'm gonna have to
yeah,
visit your truck
yeah,
at
yeah,
least
yeah.
once.
Roach.
Yeah, I have some vegan options or stuff for diabetics because
Hmm.
I eat while I'm on the truck too. So
Yes.
yeah, I gotta have something for me to eat too, and everybody in my family on me. Like, what is he eating? What is he doing? so you gotta stay, the people around me, even my neighbors now. Oh, you can't be eating stuff like that. I'll get you something else. Yeah.
Yes. So we are getting ready to go.
All right.
And I hope something amazing happens to you and for you.
Amen. Likewise.
Yes. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Curtis, thank you. Curtis, stay up. Stay up. Brandy, stay up.
We're in here.
Yep, just stay up for a minute. Good night, everyone. Well, no, you all can go. I'll Curtis, I'll send you the link to the YouTube.
Okay.
Um,
Share. Yeah.
yeah, to the YouTube live. I'll send you the link so then you can share it. You can even share it on your Facebook page and tell
Okay.
people to listen in.
Um,
Okay.
okay.
All right.
All right.
I'm gonna let you all go because yeah, I need to go potty. All right.
All right.
All right. All
Good
Have
right.
a
night.
good night.
All right. Good night.
Good night. Good night, everyone.